in this data path design, what we are going to talk about, we just try to recall the central processor, a CPU, and they control the data path, how the data is flow that we will discuss. Then the data path design and implementation, and then we talk about the single cycle data paths, and then we merge all the single cycles together. That gives the multi-cycle data path. So in this, our interesting part is to talk about the central processors control and data flow. Okay, we just try to recall that in a computer we will have the processor and a memory system and the input output subsystem, right? So these are main components of a computer. So if you recall the Van Neumann architecture, so then Van Neumann architecture, these are three main components. So how these components are connected? These components connected with the wires, we call those wires as a data path. So what are those? The wires are data paths, we say. So the processor is the active part of the computer, which does all the work of data manipulation and the decision making, correct? Whereas the data path is the hardware that performs all the required operations. For example, ALU, registers, and the internal buses. Okay, so that the control bus, here we are using this vertical symbol. Why? Because there are parallel buses. They are not serial buses, they are parallel buses. So here, suppose if control bus is 3, means there will be 3 lines which are connected. But in this diagram, we are showing these 3 lines with the simple this slash mark here. Okay. So there will be control buses, we call control data path, which are connecting processor, memory component, and this subsystem, input-output subsystem. Okay? And another one is the address buses or address data paths, which carries the address of the operand in any operations. Okay? And based on this control bus, that operation will be performed, which we examined in the previous session, that building a single bit ALU which can perform addition, subtraction, bitwise AND operation, bitwise OR operation, and bitwise exclusive OR operations, right? And also there will be the data buses which carries the data from data memory to registers, registers to data memory. Okay, so this is the overall the control of this data path. Okay, so in this figure, this is we just note that CPU, memory subsystem, and input-output subsystems are connected by these address buses, data buses, and control buses. So the fact that these are parallel buses, which are denoted by the slashes here, right? Is it? I hope. Is this clear?